There are so many books about sex and sexuality out there, but which ones are actually worth your time? As a certified sex therapist, people always ask me, what books do you recommend? These are the ones I reach for again and again, both personally and professionally. Usually, when people come to see me for their first session, after we conduct the intake, I'll come running over with my stack of books and I'll usually say, don't worry, I'm not going to make you read all these. I just want to see what sparks your interest or what you might feel is relevant. So I'm going to do the same thing here by just showing you my general stack. Of course, I have more books if you want to go more in depth with certain subjects, but this is my general stack of books that I present people with. So the very first one is one that I like to have everybody read. Doesn't matter what their gender is, what genitals they have. It's Come As You Are by Emily Nagoski. Emily Nagoski is one of our biggest sex researchers right now. And she's got an incredible voice and such a way with words when it comes to her writing. She's got two books now, Come As You Are and Come Together. She also has a book called Burnout that she wrote with her twin. I love the way she presents Come As You Are. It's a relearning or unlearning. You start with what you should have learned in anatomy, and then you go over why does your body respond in the way that it does? And how does context come into play? Things like environmental factors, stress, trauma, attachment. How does arousal work? How does orgasm work? She goes into it all in depth. She has a workbook to go with it that I love to use with clients. Then she came out with Come Together. And I like to think of this as more of like the couples focused version. She intentionally wrote Come As You Are towards presenting the information towards people with vulvas. And again, doing that on purpose because most books around sex and sexuality are talking to a male audience. I always love to front load my clients that identify as male to let them know, like, hey, she will be talking to people with vulvas, but all the information is still relevant. Come Together is more around how sex changes over long-term relationships. So it's not just a regurgitation of Come As You Are, it's more of an expansion. And I love that. The other books that I really enjoy that can sometimes be a little bit hard to find is Sex Smart. This book was one of the first books that I had to read for my human sexuality class. And I love this book. The subtitle really gets people. It's how your childhood shaped your sexual life and what to do about it. It goes over things like trust, power, feeling good about yourself, the messages you learned, and becoming a social person. It has a bunch of great reflective questions at the end. This book is by Aline P. Zoldbrod. Again, Sex Smart. I see a lot of folks that are poly or consensually non-monogamous or wanting to explore that. And this is my favorite book to recommend to folks wanting to explore more of those relationship styles. This is like the how-to guide, the beginner's guide. It goes over all the different concepts of like agreements, role making. It even has a glossary in the end. So everything you might want to know about polyamory or consensual non-monogamy, a good chunk of it you can learn from this book. They're my folks struggling with anxiety around sex or getting really stressed out around sex. I highly recommend Sex Without Stress by Jessa Zimmerman. This book is all about the sexual avoidance cycle and how we can really get stuck in that and how it's a cycle that's really fed on anxiety and then a not so great experience. And then that leads to more of the anxiety or fear of initiation. And it just kind of perpetuates each other. Jessa is a local Seattle therapist as well. So it's really cool to see more Washington-based authors get out there. They're my folks with penises. The Penis Book by Aaron Spitz. This book has a lot of great information on not only what makes up your penis, like the anatomy, but how your penis works, the things that make it function, why it functions the way it does, what to do when it's not functioning, and just a lot of great. I haven't found too many penis-specific books that aren't just around erectile dysfunctions. So this was a really nice book to find that was all-encompassing. If you're looking for another workbook type book, I really love this Healing Sexual Trauma workbook. It really focuses on how to build somatic skills into your practice and reflective practice. Having a workbook that reminds you to focus on your breath, your body, and how to work through that so you can work towards a more satisfying sexual experience again is really cool to see. There's lots of good little illustrations, a lot of good reflective thoughts and things to help you remember how to use certain tools.
Thanks for joining me today. It was really awesome to let you guys know what some of my favorite books to recommend to clients around sexual health and sex are. If you want more videos like this or more book reviews in general, let me know in the comments below. And like always, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.